Ons was even 'n bietjie op lief.
Production.
Baie lank.
Yes.
Dat is te lang geweest.
Welkom by Real Talk almal.
Goeienaand. Welkom by Real Talk met Kim.
En Verosa, welkom almal. Ons is by episode 2 van season 4 en ons is baie excited, hè, Kima?
Baie.
Ons gesels baie lekker, so dit wys net as ons op die 4de season is, kan ons nou op praat.
Ja,
Ons hou van gesels. Dis hoekom ons vanaand kuier ons baie lekker by Pekkos met interessante mense. En
Mense wat ook like gesels. Wat ook baie gesels.
worry of hulle hom nou in acting in moet doen of te not, maar hierdie girls en hierdie ouetjie gesels net so lekker. Mense, kom ek stel julle voor aan Jeff en Karabelo. Welkom julle twee by ons vanaand.
Baie
Thank you very
dankie.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Jeff, ek gaan sommer met jou lekker wegspring. Geef ons 'n bietjie geskiedenis. Wie is Jeff?
I was born in the Eastern Cape in Willemore. Jefferson J. Karabelo. Dis die
Okay.
volle naam en van.
Yes.
Ek was hier in Bloemfontein geswat hier, gewerk hier for almost 15 years. And then I moved back to the Eastern Cape to Willemore. Ek is nou daar vir 5 jaar. I think it's 5 years, né? Vir 5 jaar nou daar so. I'm a theatre maker and I'm an academic and I am a teacher. So ek doen baie goedjies. Gewoonlik as mense vra wat doen jy, dan weet ek my sê wat ek doen nie, maar vir hierdie spesifieke projek wat ons nou die interview oor doen.
Yes.
I am the writer of the story and I'm also the co-director with Karabelo and we are also co-producing it. Benham Productions, my company, and Flipping the Scripts company is co-producing it.
You go, brother. Hello.
Yes.
What an introduction.
Yeah.
Yes, man. And Karabelo.
Hi.
Let's hear from the lovely lady with this beautiful smile.
My goodness. I'm Karabelo Lekalake, and now I'm Plucky, married to the Plucky family.
Yes.
I was born in Bloemfontein in the 80s. I am a theatre maker, an emerging filmmaker, and a scholar as well. So, yeah, nice and short.
Nice. Sorry, ja.
Kima, worry, hierdie mense maak my benoud.
In julle loopbaan. Ek meen, jy het 'n baie interessante loopbaan,
Sure.
so by the way.
Dankie.
Vertel ons 'n bietjie van jou hoogtepunte.
My hoogtepunte, ja, daar's so baie, maar ander mense sê vir jou baie keer wat jou hoogtepunte is. Ek dink die storie wat my seker die hele tyd sal spook het, niemand vergeet daarvan en remind jou die hele tyd, seker Rooilig, waar die meeste nominasies en
Ja.
toekennings ingekom het voor. And then it also got commissioned to be a book in English and Afrikaans. And it got commissioned by DSTV to become a kyk net silverskerm film ook.
Ja.
Het hulle omskep het in 'n film. En aan die hoogtepunt het ek nou die dag op Facebook gesê, I think it's to direct these legends.
Yes.
I think it's 5 years ago that I started to write a play, not this play, a play, and die play wat ons nou het derived from that play. It was 5 years ago, it was called Brace Check.
Okay.
En vandag is dit wanneer 'n groot boom val. So it's amazing to direct the legends that taught us, Moses Leshuti, Maria de Kweker, en Gerben Kamper. Dis mense wat vir ons klasse gee het, Gerben Kamper. But now we are standing on the other side as the directors, and you need to direct these people with the massive experiences and knowledge, and ons so baie respek vir hulle. En daar's ander mense wat ek ook graag wil in die play hê.
Ja.
Soos I found Crystal Donna Roberts to be in the play, and she couldn't because of logistic reasons. After she said yes, then we figured out logistically it's not going to make sense. Then Haletia Moller Beshu, that's in Mexico.
Ja.
Toe word die datum so geskuif dat sy later in Suid-Afrika toe kon kom vir dit nie. I wanted to direct my mentor, my big mentor, Dr. Stefanie Brink.
Sure.
And she's not lekker mobile enough to do this play on stage. And one bite Mapat Singh, they died a couple of years ago. I wanted him to play. He'll know him emotional. And I wanted him also to play in the show. Want hulle was my onderwysers. Even though it wasn't in a formal setting. I was young. They were much older than me. I learned from them. So I wanted them to play 5 years ago when I started with this. But obviously I ended up with at least 3 of the legends. Jan Koker, Moses Leshuti, en Gerben Kamper. En dat voor nou, dink ek is my hoogtepunt om vir hulle te herinner. En wanneer gaan ek weer daai geleentheid hê?
Yeah.
This one was scared when I said he was going to be in the play.
I think, Karabelo, for you, it is an exciting moment to work with such an incredible.
Look, I'm telling you,
being.
it's beyond that. I've directed Maria de Kokar before. We did a show called "And the Girls in the Sunday Dresses." So for her, I had already worked with her. This is like over 5 years ago. I have also acted for Moses Lichuti, right? But I had already built a relationship with him. With Gerben, he directed me about 2 years ago in a play that I was doing. Then that was fine. But now to sit and direct him, my goodness. I said to Jeff, are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Because I'm sitting across on the table and then he's just across me and I'm thinking, this is my lecturer, this is my mentor, this is somebody I look up to. You understand?
Yeah.
But I think he's such a phenomenal person. Not that the other characters are not. Because I've worked with them before. With him, he comes in as an actor. And as you giving him direction as a director, it's like, oh, okay, this is how you want to do it. He understands his role, he understands our role as well. So it's a beautiful working relationship.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
I
can I quickly say something that happened that was interesting on the set? Ons het gedirek, en somewhere, because I have 2 choices, ons kon dit so doen, of ons kan dit so doen. En hier staan Gerben Kamper, en ek, Gerben Kamper, hoe sou jy dit gedoen het? And then he told me, en toe maak het sin, van toe ons later in die play aangaan, toe ons nee man, Gerben. So hy is hier so as ek vas ek gaan ek Gerben Kamper, so jy dit gedoen het. And he does that, and he is available for that, so...
And I mean, in the process, you sit and you're like, this is, although we call it directors, but it's a collective's work. Everybody comes in, they listen to our direction, but they also come in with their inputs. And they're like, okay, how about we do it? So it's a beautiful, I think we are so fortunate to be doing this work because we have people that want to work. It's not even an ego thing that I'm much older than you or I've got more experience than you. Everyone understands their role and they know that at the center of us being here is the story. So everybody just wants to say the story.
Before we started talking, sorry, Tima, I was asking you a question. Now, before I'm asking that question again, I want to ask you guys, how much time does it take to put a play like this together?
I'm going to let Kus Karabelo for me. I never said this to you, I don't think so. She's very, she follows the rules of theater.
Okay.
She's very in the box of the structures of theater where ek is soos, So I will let her talk on creating a process of it. How long does it take? Because for me...
Yeah, I don't like the rush things. So it depends also on the kind of work that you're doing. I just did Ethel Figo's work, which was a heavy play, a 2-act play, and I knew that I cannot pull the work in 3 weeks. I actually wanted 7 weeks, where I used the 3 weeks to intensely interrogate the text, right? And then we go and we move on stage, then the actors can fill the space. So ideally, 7 weeks would have worked for me, But what you have to take into consideration is if you're going to have 7 weeks with the people, you've got 3 people on stage, you have to pay them. So for the 7 weeks, every week you say, okay, I'm going to give you 3,000 and you have 3 actors. So it becomes more expensive. What you then do is like, okay, instead of doing 7 weeks, let me do 5. And then I'm not going to work for a short period. I'm going to work from 9 until 4. Then at least you make up for the time. You cannot rush theater. Anything that's rushed, you can see it on stage. It needs time. Actors need to sit with the text. they need to understand your direction, how you want them to move. The lights are part of it, the sound. So you can't just do it in 3 weeks. Jeff, he's not joking when he says he's like, oh. I mean, with this project, we knew about the project last year already. And I kept on saying, Brad, where's the script? Remember now, it's my first time doing an Afrikaans show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's the writer. And I kept on saying, I need to work on the script. I need to read the script
Yeah.
before I can see my actors. Don't worry, we'll have the script.
Yeah.
He's like that. But now I'm very technical because I understand it's a process.
Yes, yes.
Especially if you want your actors to give or to really portray the characters or tell the story in the truest form. You need time for that.
And
Sure.
can I quickly say because I was the writer, for me it's quite difficult to write. It's not an easy thing to write. It's not, and it keeps you awake at night if you are not honest in the script. So I put the characters together because I always write situations that I know, either that I experience or it's in my community and things like that. So it takes time when you write and you need to and you stop and you think it's fine and something tell you it's not fine. You need to go back and you need to be honest. So that process is quite and also to give. Let me take myself because I don't know, does the other writers also experience this? To give your text to people.
Yeah.
It's like I'm selling out people because I'm talking about real lives. And I was in the Eastern Cape, so I needed to come to Bloemfontein and I wanted to take the text out here and listen to the voices that's reading the text and also to have that safe space for the characters. Not only for the actors, but for the characters because I know them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It
That's
takes
why
time.
I did.
Yeah, no,
Takes
it
time.
is, yeah.
That is why I asked, are you guys giving tickets? And then how? No.
Just like that.
Just like that. But it makes sense if I
Yeah.
listen to you. The amount of work.
Time that you
The
put in.
time.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time, it's money.
Yeah.
And for theater for us, it's not a by the way kind of thing. This is the
Yes.
only thing that I know.
Yes.
And also the people that are here, Aunt Maria, Gerben, Moses,
Yeah.
even Amira, she studied. So this is the only thing we know.
Yes.
It's like you've spent money to go to school and now you just people must pay. It's time. And in order for us to appreciate the work, otherwise people are gonna say, man, they can sit in the auditorium and talk and laugh and take out their phones.
There's a difference between a paying audience
Yes,
and a
of course.
non-paying audience.
Yeah.
A paying audience
Yeah.
are much
Yeah.
more there
Yeah.
than a non-paying audience.
I was talking to Jeff about Moses. He had a show which closed yesterday, and he said, no, it's for free. And his reasoning, his rationale was that, no, the show is not ready. And I said, no, I hate that. You guys rehearsed, and now you're also feeding into this culture that people can just come and watch for free.
Yeah.
It's work. The sooner we teach our audience that they have, even if it's 20 rands,
Yes.
let them pay for something.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they'll never appreciate the work that we put in.
And
Sure.
challenges is something that we all have. Nee? And no matter what you do or no matter who you are, what motivates you? Oh, who motivates you? Yeah, ask that, yeah.
Do you want to go first, Masai?
For me, I think I love storytelling. Besides the fact that I can't do anything else than theater or film.
Yeah.
I love telling stories because I believe that stories is what we have as these kind of human beings, as creatures that puts us together, that can unite us. If you're looking at animals, they don't have this. They don't have the culture of sitting around the fire and listening to a story. So this is the one technique that can help us to unite, that helps us to learn something, that teaches us, that inspires us.
Yeah.
So what motivates me is telling a story.
Yeah.
Reaching that person who is struggling maybe with GBV and when they see a show on stage and like, okay, if I don't leave this toxic marriage, I'm going to end up like this character. So you understand that there is an audience that needs to hear the story.
Yes.
Like earlier, you said in rehearsals, we did a show 2 years sentence.
Oh, yeah.
2 years ago, and someone came back and said, because of that show, I got divorced. I realized in that show, I don't want to be in this marriage. For me, the motivation, because I write the things, but I never want to tell the story because it feels I'm exposing people and I'm a sellout. It literally feels like that. And then I just go to the thinking of, this is not about you and how you feel. This is now about the ones that need to listen to the story. I never want the story to get out there. But then I just need to tell myself, this is not about you. This is bigger than you. So tell the story.
Because if you don't tell it, who's going to tell it?
Who is going to?
I mean, when I was at the university teaching there, a lot of people didn't like me because I would tell stories that made them uncomfortable. And I said, but we cannot move away from the era of protest theatre. If I'm lecturing South African theatre history, protest theatre is a huge chunk of that. And I have to teach this. I have to give it to the students. They will in turn come back and say, okay, this works or this doesn't work. But if you don't tell the story, who else is going to tell it? You know? So there's always an audience. There's always that person who needs to hear the story.
Definitely. Kom ons gesels 'n bietjie oor as 'n groot boom val. Wanneer 'n groot boom? Wanneer 'n groot boom val? Kom ons begin by die naam. Wanneer 'n groot boom val? Vanaf kom die naam.
In the brown community, wanneer mense sê wanneer 'n groot boom val, dan is dit like someone very big in the community. In that show we talk about a stick, a price check that keeps a flag straight up. So when that person die or a person of that caliber die, what happens to this thing? It also falls. So wanneer 'n groot boom val is when a big person in the community dies. So a big person in the show is dying. And I said to Karab, I feel very emotional now. So sorry. So I told Karabelo, it's so weird that we are doing the show with Pesa that died and with Crystal that died. So it's so weird that we are doing it now. And we are going through this now. So, and this wanneer 'n groot boom val is ook vir hulle. And then I wanted to do it with Oom Babes also. But Oom Babes is also not here anymore. So it's a love letter to my teachers and also to them, the artists that died. The artists that we can
'n Love
teach
letter
us.
vir jou groot bome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's weird that we are doing this play now because it got cancelled thrice. This is the third time. And now when we lost all our friends, now we need to show the show during this time. Yeah.
Sjoe, Jeff, jy moet nie huil, jy is chat by. Nou, jou los, maar dit is baie mooi.
Ja, dit is.
Ek gaan so 'n bietjie dieper ingaan, verduidelik bietjie vir ons wat assosieer het nou al vir ons verduidelik dat jou groot bome het jou geïnspireer, soos dit kan aflei, nee. Maar wat het jou nou gepush en gesê, maak nie saak wat nie, hierdie keer gebeur dit.
Do you want to talk about that?
I think when Jeff decided to do the show with Pecos had a call out, right? And then he applied with the show. We decided, okay, we're going to do the show. It was supposed to be showcased last year, I think November, October, they got cancelled, then we moved. So we had to do the show. That's why it's like, he says, it almost feels like it's a coincidence. It's just tying in so nicely. We've just lost Ethel Fugard, who has inspired us, Crystal, Pesa, you know. So there was no way around it. Even if Pecos were to say to us, guys, we have to cancel it. We have already signed a contract, so it had to happen.
And there was one day when we had rehearsal, we came for rehearsal, but we couldn't rehearse because we were all too down. And then we call it a day and we didn't rehearse because it was too painful.
Maar sommige tyd gebeur goed vir 'n rede. Dit moes nou eers gebeur. Dit moes nou eers gebeur het.
Ek is nog nie 'n sielkundige of enigiets, is nog nie part van my lyn nie, maar as ek nou luister na 'n storie, klink dit vir my dat jy is besig om dit te gebruik as terapie.
Yeah.
vir jou.
Theatre is that's what theatre came to do for me. When I came to study drama, I found comfort. Not even in telling the story, just being in that space. And sometimes when the theatre is empty, the sky at the university, I will just sit on the stage and just take everything in. It really makes me feel better. And I see with the kids that I'm teaching now, it's their space. And this is what actually the story about. It's their space to feel safe, to give out. And you know, with non-white people, ons kan nie sê ons voel nie, ons kan nie sê groot mense doen hierdie ding reg nie. But in that classroom, in the theatre, we have an opportunity to give out. We give ons gee uiting aan ons gevoelens. En die juffrou hou 'n veilige spasie vir jou om te skree en te rol en te lag en te huil en kwaad te wees en dan plek. Want ons is mense en ons het al daardie emosies. And in theatre, you can use all of that emotion. A girl was asking me now from the school that was here, what can she do about someone in the rehearsals wat daaraan houdend afdruk? So I said, no, that's perfect. Take all of that emotion that you feel and see where can you work it in for your character. That's what I told her.
Ek wil ook nou 'n kerk.
It's not otherwise. Are you ready for that?
No, but we had a conversation earlier on it. Now, Verosa is her character, and my character is
It's different.
totally different, opposite. So I asked her, would you be able to play Kim, my character? And she said, no ways. I won't be able to. So she asked me if I will be able to play her character. I said yes. So she said, no, I'll never act.
Interview you guys. I'll do that one. Nou, ons sien baie uit na wanneer 'n groot boom val. Ons sien uit daarna. Ek luister en ek wil nie hê julle moet te veel info gee oor dit.
Yeah.
So people might buy tickets.
Yes. Dates.
Okay, we are opening on the 27th of March, and then we're closing on the 29th of March. So it's only 3 performances.
3 performances.
It's 18:30, and the tickets are R100 at web tickets and pack-offs. And for group bookings, it's 80
It's
rand.
very
18. All right.
Group bookings of
5.
5. Okay.
which is very nice en sien baie uit daarna. Is daar enige iets wat jy julle nog wil sê aan die mensies?
I just want to say, come and watch the show. Come and watch it because you will be able to relate to it because we all had a teacher that kept a safe space. Whether it's someone that went to go and study teaching or someone in your street, uitkyk auntie. En 'n oom kan ook 'n uitkyk auntie wees. Ons almal het iemand wat vir ons uitkyk.
Exactly.
Yes, so that is what, and we reminisce about that.
Sure.
All I want to say is we can't wait to see you. People must just come. I mean, we don't see Maria de Koker with Gerbe, with Moses on the same stage.
Yeah, never
And
before.
It has never been done. And we always think that we have time.
Yeah.
We always think that no, we'll see it next time.
Exactly.
So the moment is now. Come now.
Yes.
This is a new show. We're excited about it. Although it's about death, you're going to have lots and lots of laughter. So please come in your numbers.
I keep on hearing you are naming Maria de Koker. I just want to brag.
Okay.
I want to brag a little bit. Maria de Koker is our OC from Heidelberg. She's ours.
Yes.
As you go, she's a tall girl.
We are so proud to say that.
Yes, yeah.
Me and Kim were gossiping about her. And like, this is our celebrity. From the party. Really, and it's really exciting to hear that she's part of no play.
Yeah.
And it just gives your play that lekker hype. That little one, friend, really.
Yeah.
Ek moet dit sê, Jeff, dit was baie goed om jou te ontmoet. Eerste maal ek het 'n bietjie vir jou gaan research doen op jou bietjie gaan loer van ek ken nie vir Jeff. So loer ek vir Jeff en ek is like, my hierdie man, ek is baie oud. Hy het net so lank twee, drie bladsye.
And others,
Do you know what people always say when they meet me? I send the CV or the bio.
Yeah.
Dan as ek by hulle kom en sê, ek dog as 'n groot mens. Hulle sê altyd so when this
You're well done on your achievements and everything. And baie beïndrukregtig waar, hoor.
Regtig, Karabelo. It was very nice meeting you, darling. Really, really nice. You're such a beautiful lady. So beautiful. En het regtig en almal ons sien uit na wanneer 'n groot boom val. Webtickets is daar. Dis die 27ste tot en met die 29ste om hierdie show weer te kyk. Baie dankie dat julle ingesluit het by Real Talk. En ons is op YouTube. Asseblief gaan like en subscribe en moenie vergeet om in te loer by ons nie. My naam is Verosa
En my naam is Kim.
en ons is
Real Talk.